A very good morning. Today is the 11th of November 2022, and we're going to deal about the concept of Christ's resurrection and the false allegations that were brought about Christ's resurrection. Christ's resurrection was so visibly watched by the Roman soldiers, and that evidence is very clear. And after his resurrection, he moved with his disciples. He spent 40 days, and we have seen different instances where he appeared. Even when the door was closed, how he appeared in the upper room for the second time, how he spoke with Thomas, and how he had breakfast with the disciples and made Peter to realize his important role to take care of the sheep. Now, all this tells us very clearly, but much of anti-resurrection apologetics makes an attempt to explain what could have caused all these different people to believe that they had seen the risen Christ. When we want to make something, some truth a lie, we have to come up with false allegations, right? And that's what exactly is done. Some have agreed that all the disciples hallucinated the resurrected Jesus. It's a hallucination. That's what they say. Then others, that Jesus hadn't really died. See, the funniest thing, he didn't really die, but only had swooned and then came back to life after he had been brought down from the cross. And then went across. Okay, that's how they believe. That's what that's another false allegation. And when he has reappeared, his followers thought he had been raised from the dead. He actually didn't die. He was swooned, came back to life when he was brought from the cross itself. And when he appeared to disciples, they thought he got resurrected. Funny allegation. And some argued that actually Jesus had an identical twin brother, and Jesus never came back to life, but it's the identical twin that moved around, and people thought that people mistook him for Jesus. Okay, another funny, illogical allegation. So all these historical evidences, okay, they try to make it very strong to prove that Jesus' resurrection was not right. Now, with the resurrection itself being right, we should not be surprised by all the good reasons we have given to believe it. The voice that cried on the cross, "It is finished," was heard among the dead. Mark my words, it was heard among the dead. It pierced the walls of the sepulchres and summoned the sleepers to arise. And thus will it be when the voice of Christ shall be heard, when from heaven shall be heard from heaven. That voice will penetrate through the tombs of the precious dead, of the righteous. When Jesus died for the first time, when his voice penetrated through the sepulchres. When he got resurrected, only few got resurrected. But when he comes for the second time, when his voice is going to break open the tombs, there will be millions and billions and trillions of righteous who will be brought back to life. The same power that raised Christ from the dead will raise the church, his church, and glorify it with him above all principalities, above all powers, above every name that is named, not only in this world, but also in the world to come. So we have that wonderful assurance. The resurrected Jesus will resurrect you and me. Gracious Lord, thank you for that wonderful assurance that we have a resurrection. We have a hope beyond the grave because Jesus broke open the tomb and got resurrected. And we will likewise be resurrected. May we believe in his resurrection, and may we believe in him so that we would be saved and live eternally in Jesus.